everyone, it's Jack from Cultaholic.com, back once again with another massive news update, the second of today, you lucky folk. We're going to talk about Braun Strowman, who has been spotted in Austin, Texas, ahead of tonight's SmackDown Live show in Austin, Texas. Could he be appearing on SmackDown Live, or could it be for another reason? We're going to take a look at all of that. We're also going to talk about various other news stories, including Roman Reigns, who is apparently maybe appearing on Tribute to the Troops in some capacity, which is also being filmed tonight in Fort Hood, Texas. We're going to talk about Rhino and what his sort of whole weird kayfabe firing angle means on Monday Night Raw. We, of course, reported on that earlier on today, but there's been a little bit of an update regarding whether his retirement or apparent retirement is real or not, so stay tuned for that. And we're also going to talk about WWE's stock, because Vince McMahon sold some of his shares recently, and we're going to talk about potential reasons for that. So let's waste no further time and let's take a look at every single one of those delicious news stories. So according to PW Insider, Braun Strowman has been spotted in Austin, Texas ahead of tonight's SmackDown Live in Austin, Texas. It's worth noting, of course, that Strowman is currently recovering from elbow surgery, which was undertaken to remove some bone spurs from his elbow. He didn't appear on Raw, which we expected, but could he be appearing on SmackDown? He's in the same city, but as PW Insider have pointed out, there's a couple of other reasons that could potentially make a little bit more sense. Now, as PW Insider have pointed out, one reason that Strowman could be in the same town as SmackDown Live, but not to appear on SmackDown Live, is to be checked out by WWE's doctors, of course. That would make a lot of sense, but at the same time, I wonder why wouldn't that just happen backstage at Monday Night Raw? Maybe Strowman is based closer to where SmackDown is tonight rather than where Raw was last night. I suppose that could be a potential reason. Another reason is that apparently Braun Strowman could be being brought in to do something regarding Tribute to the Troops, which is only about an hour away in Fort Hood, Texas, whereas SmackDown is in Austin, Texas. Apparently there's only about an hour's distance between the two locations. Speaking of Tribute to the Troops, apparently, again according to PW Insider, Roman Reigns has been spotted in Fort Hood, Texas, ahead of the event. It's unknown whether he'll actually be appearing on the show in some capacity, I would suggest maybe to give some kind of promo, like an inspirational promo, which he's proven himself to be very effective at, albeit under very sad circumstances. That could be a legit reason for him being there. It could just be to make an appearance and do some sort of meet and greet, I guess, with the troops there. That would also make sense. But yeah, Roman Reigns is in Fort Hood, Texas for Tribute to the Troops. We don't yet know why, but I'm sure that whatever he does, he'll be very well received indeed. In other news, WWE's recent SEC filing has revealed that Vince McMahon has sold 306,000 shares of company stock. The reasons for that are unclear as of now, but WrestlingInc.com have speculated that maybe it's to help fund the XFL, which is of course launching in 2020. The shares that Vince have sold are worth altogether about $23 million, and it's worth noting that Vince last year, I believe, sold about $100 million worth of company stock to help set up Alpha Entertainment, the parent company, I guess, of the XFL relaunch. So I think that's probably the most likely outcome, but with Vince McMahon, you never quite know. It could be for a movie, it could be for a whole new it could be for bodybuilding. We could be going back to the good old days of the bodybuilding crate. No, I think this is most likely going to be for the XFL. At least I hope so. I'm quite nervous to think what else Vince could be trying to raise money for. The XFL's 8 host cities and venues are set to be officially released tomorrow, I believe, although there have been a few leaks online here and there, which may be correct. The word on the street seems to be that they are correct. So if you want to find those out or get a good idea of it, by all means, go and Google it, but the official announcement is set to take place tomorrow. And finally, it's been revealed by various news sources. I'm not sure which one it came from first. I know that PW Insider did report it at least, and a few others too. I think Meltzer may have at some point as well, but regardless, Rhino has been announced for the South American tour that WWE are about to embark on in the near future, which throws this whole Raw storyline into some serious doubt, because there were rumors earlier today that he was legitimately stepping away from in-ring competition, and it doesn't necessarily, I guess, disprove those rumors, because Rhino could be appearing in a non-wrestling capacity. He could be doing run-ins or accompanying Heath Slater or that sort of thing, although Slater is now a referee, which many are speculating is going to feed into the whole Baron Corbin, Braun Strowman TLC match in some way. Lots of various different options still very much on the table, but I think it's important to note that we shouldn't all buy into the fact that Rhino is definitely retiring when he has been announced for the South American tour. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching this quite wordy news video. I've been Jack from Cultaholic.com. You can follow me on Twitter if you want to, at JackTheJobber. You can follow all of us generally at Cultaholic, and check out our Patreon as well, patreon.com/Cultaholic. And never forget, of course, if you haven't done so already, to hit subscribe and to join us.